There's nothing more stressful as a seller than watching your home sit on the market, days turn into weeks, you keep getting showings but no offers. You start wondering what's going wrong. Here's the thing, most of the time when a home sits, it's not bad luck. It's one of a handful of fixable mistakes. Today, I'm going to walk you through all of these mistakes. Hey everyone, I'm Dean, your Ottawa Realtor. If you're thinking about selling your home or you've already listed and things were moving the way you had hoped, this video is for you. I'm going to be honest with you here because I think that's way more valuable than just telling you what you want to hear. So let's get into it. I'm going to start with the big one, overpricing. This is hands down the number one reason homes sit. Here's what happens. You list too high, buyers see the price, they scroll right past it, or they come in, they look at it and they feel like it's overpriced compared to what else they've seen. So they move on. And then the days on market start adding up. And here's the sneaky part. Once a home has been sitting for a while, buyers start to wonder what's wrong with it. Even if you drop the price later, the stigma of sitting can follow the listing. The right strategy is to price it accurately from day one based on real comparable sales in your area. Not what you think it should be worth, not what your neighbor told you what they got 2 years ago, actual market data. So sit down, look through all those comparables, see how your home compares properly to these properties. Your realtor should be showing you a comparative market analysis. If they're just telling you a number without even giving you any reasonable comparables with backing it up with data, ask way more questions than that. Now this one is near and dear to my heart and I can't stress this enough. Your photos are everything. In today's market, buyers are making their shortlist online before they ever step foot into the house. If your photos are dark, blurry, or just don't show the home well, people are not going to book a showing. We all know everything's online nowadays, and you want to have the best presence online so people see it first. People aren't looking through homes that have been emailed to them. They're really looking on realtor.ca, looking for the best homes they can find. Professional real estate photography is not optional in 2026, it's standard. Wide angle lenses, great lighting, proper editing, it makes a real difference. And if you've got a nice property, consider adding a video walkthrough or a drone shot of the exterior. As well as if you have really good amenities in your area, you want to be highlighting those things. These aren't always necessary, but for the right home, they can make your listings really stand out. For me personally, I really love doing the video content, the drone footage, and the high-end photos. I include that as part of my package, and that's something that no matter what the home is, I want to make sure everything's highlighted. The bottom line, your home deserves to look its best online because that's where the buyers are first meeting it. I get questions about this one all the time, so let's talk staging. You don't necessarily need to hire a professional stager, though for the right home, it can absolutely be worth it. But at a minimum, you need to declutter, depersonalize, and clean. The decluttering part is probably the biggest thing that most sellers run into when prepping a home for sale. Buyers need to be able to picture themselves living in your home. When every surface is covered in family photos and knickknacks, or when rooms feel cramped and cluttered, it's hard for people imagining themselves in there and seeing the true potential of the property. And simple things go a long way. A fresh coat of paint. A fresh coat of paint in a neutral color, updated light fixtures, clean and uncluttered countertops, good curb appeal. None of this needs to cost a fortune, but it makes a real difference in how buyers perceive the home when looking at it. Now here's another one that I talk strongly about. Timing matters more than people realize. Spring, so roughly March through May, is historically the busiest buying season in Ottawa. Inventory is higher, but so is buyer demand. Fall is also solid. Winter can be slower, and so is summer. Winter can be slower, and summer sometimes tends to be a dead halt. Now, this doesn't mean you can't sell in January. People sell year-round, and sometimes the reduced competition actually works in your favor. And I always talk about that. You got to look in your micro and your macro markets. But if you have flexibility on timing, it's worth having a conversation with your realtor about when the market in your specific area and price range tends to be at its highest and the most active, obviously. Now, this one might seem small, but it really isn't. If buyers are having trouble booking showings because you have really narrow availability, windows, some of them will just move on to the next property. And you don't want to miss out because you never know who's going to start loving your property. I know it's inconvenient to leave the house on short notice, especially if you have kids, pets, whatever the case may be, or an awkward work schedule, but the more accessible your home is for showings, the more people will come to see it and the better your results will be on the market. Try to be as flexible as possible during the listing period. It's temporary and it can make a real difference. So if there's a time that doesn't work, offer us another time that might actually work better for the buyers or whatever the case may be. Just try and make it work so that the buyers are coming into the home and you're not saying no to a showing. So there you go. The main reasons Ottawa homes sit on the market, and more importantly, what you can do about every single one of them. Price it right, make it look great, stage it well, time it smartly, and be easy to show. Do those things and you'll be in a really strong position to sell your property. If you're thinking about selling your home, I'd love to chat. Reach out through the link in the description, free consulting, no pressure. And if you found this video helpful, please share the love, hit the like button, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.